Welcome to Getting Real with John Natale. I'm your host today, guys, John Natale, to discuss marketing plans for 2025. Having a plan is so important in this business, and the reason so many people struggle with whatever avenue of the business is because they do not have a plan. So today, guys, I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need. This is going to be part class, part podcast, part inspirational, but really actual tactical work on getting your marketing plan for 2025 done now that we are in the last quarter of 2024. With the end of the year comes massive opportunity. A lot of people hunker down. A lot of people just try to enjoy the holidays, which I don't hate on. That's great. Everything you do in real estate should be to have a great family life, enjoy your time, and enjoy your life. However, a lot of people will not properly plan for 2025 until 2025. The work you're doing right now is what you will close the first quarter of 2025. So if you really want to get a step ahead of your competition and start off next year with a bang, the work starts now. So let's get to work. Let's get our marketing plans laid out this week. This week, guys, I want you guys diving in and full printing, writing down. I don't care. We're going to talk about how many different ways you can do this, but start to get your marketing plan for 2025 together right now. And before we dive into that, have to take a minute to thank you for honestly changing my life. This podcast, all the content that I've put out over the last year plus has changed my life, and you are a part of that. By sharing this episode with a friend, by sharing it to your Instagram story, by just saying, hey, this is a great podcast you can listen to if you want to improve your real estate business. All of these great things you guys have done for me so far in this year, continue to do it. I'm so damn appreciative of you. If you're looking for a great real estate company here in New Jersey, looking for something to join, great family culture, great amount of information, great training and support on how to grow your personal brand, and not just be a cog at someone else's wheel. This is the opportunity. We have a beautiful 100% commission model for you to work towards here at Natale. We have every step of the way from mentorship to top agent running a team. We have every opportunity for you. All the information is below. Hit the links, fill out the questionnaire, and I will reach out to you to discuss joining us here at Natale. And if you're in one of the other 49 states of the country, we are 40 plus agents getting close to 50 agents in our Natale coaching program. This has been unbelievable from what I've seen, not even the year that we've been doing this. We started this at the end of October last year, and it is now just honestly life-changing. And the impact it's had across the country has been immense. I want you to be a part of it if you want to be a part of it. If you listen to this podcast a lot, you're having success, you're growing your personal brand, you want to take it to the next level, that's what Natale Coaching is for. Whether you're a brand new agent and just want to get into the group, whether you are an agent with some success and want to get to the next level of success, make things consistent, have a listing-based business, have a personal brand, go walk to the grocery store and people know who the hell you are, be a walking billboard and an attraction magnet for your business. If you want all that and you want to enjoy your time with your family and your friends and enjoy your life, Natale Coaching is for you. Right down below this podcast episode is a link to natalecoaching.com. All the information we're an open book. Pricing, what we do, what you get, what we're geared towards. Link to book a discovery call with me is right there at natalecoaching.com. Go visit it, check it out, and book a call. What's the worst that's going to happen for you? And if you are a business owner, we are launching Natale Media as well, where we take this coaching on social media to a certain degree, take that social media coaching and business coaching and bring it to business owners across the country. So not only that, we can also help you with all the other stuff as well, from website design to posting to Google pay-per-click advertising, meta advertising, all of it underneath one media hub. So that's at natalemediahub.com. So let's dive into marketing plans for 2025. Again, this planning starts now. Final quarter of 2024 is when your plan for 2025 has to be complete. So we had social media growth in 2025, how to actually do it, the whole tutorial, last week's episode. Today, marketing plans. The next few episodes are all about getting ready for 2025. So I hope you are as invested into this as I am, because I know my life changed, my business changed, everything changed when I started having an actual plan to this business. For too long, for way too long, almost a decade, I sat there. Okay, it's another spring market. Now we'll make some money and we'll go into the summer, making some money in the fall. Oh, we closed a few. Great. Paid the bills for the holidays. Relax a little bit. Wake up next year. Do it all over again. Some years were good, some years were great, some years were not as good, and some years were what they were. And I think that happens for probably about 95% of real estate agents, if we're being honest. However, having a tactical marketing plan to actually grow your marketing department, because you are the marketing department. Let's be real. I'm still the marketing department for my business, right? We are the marketing department. We're the face of this. We are the brand. And the cool thing about that is it's not 2017. It's never been more simple than today for your brand to go everywhere. Like, you could become a nationwide brand in less than a year. And I'm testimony of that, guys. It's not impossible. You can do it. It's really not that hard in terms of what you have to do. It doesn't make it easy. It just means it's pretty simple. But let's get down to having an actual plan first before we actually, all the other stuff that we've talked about so much in the last year. Having a marketing plan is essential if you want to grow your brand. So for me, actually sitting down, this started like a couple years ago, really sitting down and looking at how am I going to start growing this brand? What activities am I going to do? How am I going to do that? So today I'm going to give you those essential pieces of a marketing plan. Basically, what are the columns in which you're going to write down different things as you fill out a marketing plan for 2025. The first focus of your marketing plan, and this is essential in today's world, essential. And we talked about how to kind of grow on social media in 2025 on the last episode. But right now, number one should be, how are you focused on your personal brand? And you can associate personal brand with social media as well. But we are the face of this, especially as a real estate agent. You are the face. You are the brand. So growing your personal brand grows your social media profiles, right? So the first thing you want to designate is which accounts you're going to use, which platforms. So literally platforms. And if you're watching me on YouTube, you can actually see me doing this. Platforms, accounts. So are you going to be on TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, X, Threads, Instagram? Which accounts are you going to use? So that might sound like a silly question, but a lot of us have that. Do I use my personal account? Do I open up a business one? All these great questions, I should say. And the reality is it's going to be unique for you. If you're in our coaching program, that's what we help you do, is figure all that out. However, I will say this, as someone who's a leader, a coach, and also still actually out there garnering consumers to contact me to buy and sell real estate, I have several accounts. I also have personal accounts outside of the ones you probably all follow me on. And the reason being, for me, I'm just going to give you why this is part of my marketing plan, is because I'm targeting different people, right? On my consumer-facing account, let's just take TikTok, for instance. When you go to the John Natale, it's probably not the one you follow me on if you're a real estate agent. That's my consumer-facing account. The reason I built that out was for two reasons. One, to get business. And shit, we've closed a lot of business this year directly from that one account. Another reason is to grow to a wider audience, putting out my brand and my face and the Natale brand to more people, right? Talking to real estate agents is a small section of the country, right? There's a lot of real estate agents, but talking to millennials, talking to people that live in New Jersey, it's a much wider net, right? So growing that brand to a further audience. I don't sit there and talk about the NAR settlement. I don't sit there and talk about your best tips for real estate agents, because if I did, my core audience of that would never watch it. Someone just looking to be entertained by me or educated by me is not going to like that information. So that's why I had the second account, the John C. Natale. That is my broker account, right? That is how I help you guys with information. And that's why I have different audiences, so I have different accounts. Now, if you're just a regular real estate agent, and I don't mean that in a bad way, I'm just saying if you're just out there trying to buy and sell houses, most likely, at most, you should have is two. One for your business side and one for your personal side. If you love sharing pictures of your kids all the time, sharing stories of where you are, going on vacation, all this stuff that's more personal information, yeah, you should probably have a personal account. And if at the same time you don't share all those things and basically you share a couple things here and there and you just have mostly business on your Instagram and like your friends following you don't really care for it anyway, then you're probably fine with just a business account. But if you are out there and saying, hey, I want to grow this brand, I want to put myself out there on social media, but I also want to keep my personal life a little bit personal, which is what I do, I'm going to keep this personal account. Yes, it's a pain in the ass. If you already have 1,800 followers or something like that on your personal account that's also masking itself as your business account, it's tough. But the cool thing is, there's never been an easier time to grow. If you have good organic content, and go back to last week's episode about how to do this, if you have good content, you will do just fine. Just fine. You will grow pretty fast. It's not 2017 or 2016 where it's like damn near impossible to grow on social media outside of paying for it. You can grow. So if you're sitting there saying, oh, I've never heard someone give me that solid of an answer, there's your answer, okay? But that's an important part, is figuring out which accounts you're going to go after, which accounts you're going to use. Writing that down is an important first step of having a solid marketing plan. Next up is to identify which types of content you're going to do. So you're going to do video content, photo content, Are you going to do some just sold, just listed content? How are you going to do that? Literally writing down, like, this is how I'm going to do my just sold marketing. When I take a new listing, here is exactly what I'm going to do on the marketing side. I'm going to do walkthrough tours. I'm going to do talking head. I'm going to do green screens. I'm going to do memes. I'm going to do trending. I'm going to dance. I don't really care what it is. What are the types of content you're going to be doing? Should be written down. And get as descriptive. This could be literally 7, 8 to 15 bullet points of exactly what you're going to do. Because again, I'm all about the feeling. You're probably not going to sit there January 1st and have all 15 of these ready to go. But about having the plan before the year starts and starting to work on your plan now is what's going to set up the difference for you and your business. So write down all these different types of content. Maybe you don't even know how to do them yet. And you're saying, hey, maybe I should get involved in John's coaching because then I'll figure this stuff out. Like that, right? This is what we have built out in our coaching suite. We have all the tutorials of how to film all the different types of content, right? Maybe that's part of your marketing plan is to get associated with people that know how to do this stuff and can ramp you up so damn fast, right? That could all be part of it. But talking about the types of content you are going to shoot and the types of photos, how often is the next part. Look, I'm jumping ahead of the game. The next part of, again, this is just column 1, personal brand and social media, is how often you're going to post. Have a game plan here. For me, when I first started out, it was twice a day, Monday through Friday, once on Saturday and Sunday, especially on TikTok. On Instagram, I tried to limit that to a clean 7 per week. So, right, 1 per day. Stories, 3 to 5 per day. Do I hit this all the time? No, guys, I'm not perfect. Again, I'm still the marketing department here. So in reality, for you, if you're looking out there saying, hey, how do I get to the next level? It's about having consistency. That's a big part of social media growth. So how are you, you have to be realistic here with your goals that you're kind of setting for yourself. If you say, I've never made a video before in my life, and now I'm going to set up a thing where all of 2025, I'm going to post 7 videos a day, I'm going to tell you you're fucking crazy. Excuse my French, but it's true. It's absolutely true. So be realistic here. What I think is successful right now, if you put out one piece of content that you honestly feel good about, you're like, wow, that was a good piece of content. I was mildly entertained by it. I hope others will be. If you put out one good piece of content every single day, 7 days a week, plus stay engaged in your stories on the variety of platforms, you will do just fine. Especially on the social media side. If you're going to YouTube now, 3 to 5 long form videos will grow you really damn fast. But maybe yours looks like this. I'm going to commit to posting 1 time a day on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm going to put up 3 stories per day on those same 3 platforms. And I'm going to do 2 long form videos per week on YouTube about my area or about moving to my area or home tours, longer home tours, all these different things, right? And then you're going to go back to step number 2, which is the types of content and say, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to post walkthrough tours. I'm going to go film them every single Tuesday, right? Or go back to, it was a very popular video, my proposed schedule for success in real estate on TikTok. It's on Instagram as well. The full version's on TikTok because Instagram. So go check that out. But that's how you lay out your schedule, and you're going to lay out your schedule as well. This is all part of your marketing plan. How are you going to accomplish these things? Because I know, and you can probably already sense, if you actually do these things, you will execute, right? There's no one that will be consistent at something, whether it's prospecting, content, any sort of marketing, be consistent at it and not have success. But you have to find what that consistency means to you. If you've never done it before, maybe you say the first quarter of the year, January to March, I'm going to post 3 times a week. And once every other week, I'm going to do a long form video. And I'm going to figure out, and you put this in all damn caps, I'm going to figure out how to do this more often, because once you figure out how to shoot content, it gets a lot easier. A lot of people just have the hurdle in the beginning of how to make it consistent, but once you do, it becomes part of your business and part of your life, okay? That's the key in that first part of having a marketing plan. But social media isn't everything, right? So let's go to step number 2, the second column you're going to have in your marketing plan, your overall digital presence. So what do I mean by that? Do you still use your KV Core website as like your branded website? Are you at Keller Williams and still use your command site as your actual website that people go to when they're researching John or Mary Smith? Or do you have your own website? Do you host it yourself? Are there edits that need to be made? Or do you have no website? Again, we have to realize the power of social media, right? But there's also a huge reason of why you need that next layer. And if you don't know how to do this, I'm not going to go into all of it right now. There's a previous episode on digital presence of my podcast. Okay, go back to that one that gives a full tutorial of how to do this. But we have to remember from that episode, and I'm going to tell you right now, we have to remember, people will look at you on social media and then take it off that platform to contact you sometimes. Sometimes they'll just slide in your DMs. That's perfectly fine. But a lot of people will do the extra level of research. They'll be like, oh, I see this guy all the time on TikTok. Let me go research him. And they will Google you. If your website looks like shit, if it's from 2018, if you have no Google reviews, If they can't find you anywhere else on the internet, they're going to be like, this jerk off's just on social media. But if you then take it off social media and then go see, oh, wow, they have 18 reviews. Most of them are pretty recently, and they all are really damn good. Then they click the Zillow link, and they see 70 reviews there. They go homes.com and see a good profile there. They go to all these different places. They're going to be like, wow, this guy's legit. Oh, baby, I'm going to call him right now. So digital presence is really important. And if yours is not that good, if you are using your brokerage's website as your digital presence, go on to Upwork, go to Fiverr. I forget exactly how it's pronounced. Fivrr or ER. I think it's Fivrr. But either Upwork is what I actually use or Fiverr for getting someone. Just hire someone. A few bucks an hour to design your website for you. They'll do it on Wix. They'll do it on WordPress. You'll buy the hosting. You'll go on GoDaddy.com. You'll buy the actual thing. It'll be johnsmithsrealestate.com, whatever you want it to be. And they will design it for you and you'll be done. They'll show you how it operates and then you're done. Maybe it costs you $100 or $200, if that. But it's very, very important. Very important. You don't need high searchability. I even look at our website for a brokerage. I keep the IDX on there, but in reality, it's not really needed. We get a lot of people that come through social media that we have linked to like the newest listings at the shore or something like that, or luxury listings at the shore that we use it for. And we use it for our ads. But if I was just an individual agent, is it really that important? I don't know. If you're doing ads, obviously it is, which will be another piece of your marketing plan. But if not, and you just want something really clean and for someone to look at, you don't necessarily need IDX on your website, which is what the bulk of the price is, to be honest, is the IDX for people to be able to search for homes. But if you just want something easy, like here's who I am, here's who my clients are, here's some testimonials, and here's my calendar to book a virtual call with me, boom, this is not going to cost you a lot of money, and it's honestly all you kind of need as an individual agent. Next big part of your digital presence is your reviews and testimonials. So again, popping them on your website, absolutely important. But making sure you have really well built out Google business profile with a lot of Google reviews. Making sure your Zillow profile is built out with reviews. Whether you're a premier agent or not, does not matter. People look at it. So take a look, make sure your reviews look good, your picture looks good, your description, your bio, all that stuff looks good everywhere that people can search for real estate agents, homes.com, everything. And then the last piece past reviews is making sure you're maximizing your Google business profile. How many agents do I know? You look them up on Google, they have a few good reviews, and then you see they either never posted or posted 6 years ago onto Google. Google puts out more and more, sends your profile to more and more people without you paying for ads if you update it more and more and get more new reviews to it. Because people are like, oh, because Google's algorithm's like, oh, it's an active business. So you literally send yourself, without doing much work, because you're already putting most of the stuff on social media, up 5 flights of stairs just by updating it, okay? It's very, very vastly underused by real estate agents, and I don't know why, because it's so damn important. None of us go to a restaurant without checking a Google review first. Same thing's happening with real estate agents. Make sure yours are good, make sure your Google business profile is set up, your headshot's there, all that stuff's there, your website's there, everything's done, and then when they take you off social media, when you built out your personal brand, you have nothing to worry about, and boom, you're getting business left and right. That's what we've done. I'm not giving you bullshit, guys. I'm giving you literally our roadmap to what's gotten us so much success in 2024 and how we're going to ramp this up for 2025. The third column down is what are you doing on a paid marketing front, right? What are you doing? Are you doing Google pay-per-click? Are you doing meta ads? Are you planning to have a budget? Who are you going to target? How often are you going to put out ads? Are you going to do it for 1 month, take a month off, then another month? Are you going to keep it consistent, always going for 365 days a year and spend $50 a day? What are you going to do? Or are you going to say, maybe I'm not going to do anything. Or maybe by April, if I have $1,000, I'm going to try this. Have a plan. There's nothing mandatory here. You don't have to pay for ads to be successful in real estate. We don't pay for any. But if you want to have a business without some values, especially early on, paid ads could work for you. So write it down as part of your marketing. Just because you're paying somebody for a lead doesn't mean it's not marketing. It's still marketing. So it should be part of your marketing plan for 2025. That's it. Very simple. And I'll add with that is what is your, if you are doing paid leads, because this is something important, what does your follow-up look like? So what are your drip campaigns? What is that all based on? The reason I bring that up is I have a great coaching client. Earlier this year when he started working with me, we looked at all of his follow-up for all the Google leads he was doing, and it was just completely off for what was the messaging for 2024. It was stuck in 2021. And that's why the leads weren't producing for him. And he was fortunate to be able to kind of cut that entire payment, scrap the whole thing, and then build out a great community-based business. However, in reality, just looking at it, look at what your follow-up is if you're already doing this. Make sure the drip campaigns, that all the other stuff you have going are actually successful in converting people. This is a great time to reassess and how you're going to change things. Number fourth column is email marketing. What are you going to do to garner an email list? One of the most powerful things you can do in this business, we talk about it sometimes in our coaching family. It's like, what if TikTok actually falls through? Like, what if they ban it one day? The reality is you have to be diversified, and you also have to have an email list. Because if you have an email list, if you have a great list of people that are in your target audience, you will do just fine. So how do you get one? You develop buyer guides, seller guides, local guides, restaurant guides, John's favorite places to visit when you're visiting. Give this stuff all away for free. People will download it. They'll give away their email, and then boom, you have people's information. And then from there, developing a nice, consistent email outreach is really, really important. And there's so many, there's Constant Contact, MailChimp, there's a billion different, there's maybe even just your CRM. There's a million different avenues you have to grow out your email marketing. But the reality is you have to start somewhere. So the first thing to do is actually figure out how you're going to gain an email list. A lot of people run to like, okay, I'm going to develop the campaign. Figure out how you're going to get the email list first. So what is going to be your giveaway, and how are you going to give it away so people actually sign up for it, right? So what is it? Is it a free buyer's guide, seller's guide, ownership, home ownership guide? Like I said, local guide, those work really well. We're here in New Jersey, moving to the Jersey Shore guide, right? With our favorite restaurants, our favorite parks, our favorite schools, our favorite things to do, these neighborhoods, insights, all this different stuff. And the reality is, guys, don't overstress yourself here. Go onto Etsy, buy someone that's already done this, and then just input your information. Pretty easy. Pretty easy. For buyer guides, seller guides, local guides, all of it, you just have to input the information that's applicable to you. You're not going to find probably a local guide for your area. You're going to have to put in the pizzerias and the parks and all this other stuff, but you'll get the templates all provided. It'll be like $15. Don't kill yourself for four days on Canva. Just go buy it. Make your life easy. And then develop your email campaign from there. And then that's really it. It's that simple. That's the fourth cog. And the last one, number 5, is your community events for the year. Are you going to do, we live in Wall Town, so are you going to do the Wall Fair? Are you going to do this charity event? Are you going to sponsor this golf tournament? Are you going to, be the Mercedes winner for hole-in-one sponsor? All of that stuff, that's marketing, guys, how you're getting out in your community. We're going to get a tent, and we're going to do bridal shows. We're going to do this, that, and another thing. We're going to do all different stuff. How are you going to do it? And start to label exactly what you're going to do now, rather than pick up in June and be like, I haven't done a marketing or community event. I should probably get one together. Screw that, guys. Have a plan now, and you will be much more successful in 2025. But those are the 5 key areas. If you fill those out and actually write down this information, you will look at the top, it'll say marketing plan for 2025, and you will feel a hell of a lot better. And then what I want you to do, and we're going to talk about goal planning, we're going to talk about business planning, we're going to talk about all of it coming up soon. I want you to have all these documents next to each other. Put it in a nice folder. Mary's ideas for 2025, Mary's goals for 2025, Mary's vision for 2025, because that will actually happen for Mary if you do these things. If you don't, you're going to wake up in March, April, be like, here we are, right back on the hamster wheel. Damn, guys, if you start implementing some of these plans now, you are going to be closing business in January, February, March of next year. I don't care that the election happens. I don't care that there's a potential recession coming and people are nervous. There's always something going on. The reality is the people who execute, that's the one thing I've realized this year, our market is absolute shit. Absolute shit. There are agents here in New Jersey dropping out left and right and cannot even survive. Everybody's getting a second job, third job just to be able to survive. We have never been more successful than this year. We have never had more success than this year. And the reality is because a lot of it just naturally comes to us. It's a hell of a lot easier. How we got there was by me having a marketing plan 2023 for 2024 and executing on it. But the first step before you can execute is to plan. So go get your plan together, and I'll see you next week for next times. So go get your plan together, and I'll see you next week for continuing to build for 2025 and for continuing to plan for 2025.